Establish the context and purpose of competency. The assessor must familiarize himself with the qualifications or unit of competencies to be assessed. Ensure that the assessment site complies with the relevant occupational health and safety requirements. Ensure that assessment resources are available. The assessor must ensure that the tools, equipments, and facilities are ready and available in the assessment site before the assessment starts. A checklist of tools, equipment, and facilities must be on hand to help the assessor monitor the availability and components of the tools and equipments and facilities. The checklist of tools, equipments, and facilities is included in the assessor guide. The assessor shall receive assessment package composed of the following: one copy of assessor's guide, specific instructions to the candidate, competency assessment result summary, written report, written test, and answer sheet and rating sheets.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mark P. Camarino. I am your accredited competency assessor for electrical and civil. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Galeron, one of the members of our processing officer. Thank you, sir. Mr. Bayreta, as a AC manager. Thank you, sir. And Mr. Lanes, our representative from Testa Provincial Office. Thank you, sir. You do not have to worry about the presence. They are here to oversee the conduct of competency assessment and to check if the conduct is in accordance with the prescribed competency assessment methodology and procedures. They will not assess you. Before I start, please present to me your admission slip. Here is your attendance. Please sign here. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I have here with me your accomplished self-assessment guide. This is an indication that you know and can perform all the units of competency enumerated in this qualification for electrical and C2. I will conduct the orientation now. I would like to welcome you to the Center Assessment for Electrical and the process how to determine the level of your competencies. I'm going to administer competency assessment for the electrical in situ. The qualifications of electrical in situ composed of basic, common, and core competency. For our core competencies, we do have provided electrical services. The different to be performed for our electrical in situ assessments are the following: wiring installation, proper use of tools, switches, demonstration of schematic diagram. To collect more evidences through demonstrations, oral questioning, and written tests. Assessment procedure to be undertaken. To determine your knowledge, skills for in situ, the assessment method to use to be written test, demonstration, and oral questioning. This assessment method can help to measure your underpinning knowledge skills. Needs of the candidates to be considered during the assessment. For your personal needs, the laboratory located at the end of the hallway, and you can take your meal at the canteen located to the lobby. However, during the assessment, you are not allowed to leave the premises of the assessment center. Allowable of the reason able to adjustments when applicable. If you have difficulty to understanding the given instructions, please don't hesitate to inform me. I'm willing to translate from you also during the written examination. If you have dilemma writing down your answers, don't be shy because we can accept your answer verbally. Next, the DOS or don't during the assessment. If you have questions, or there needs to clarify matters concerned to assessments, you may raise your hands because more than willing to assess you. Once assessment started, please refrain. Asking question is no longer allowed in this Same token during assessment of your physical, any difficulties, do not hesitate to call attention so that we can address ASAP. Rights and appeal system. In case you have any question regarding the assessment results, you have to write the rights to appeal. You can submit your appeal in provincial office. For the assessment center and assessor are accredited. Issuance of national certificate or certificate of competencies. For the insurance, for the national certificate, and the AC manager shall inform you where you can claim your national certificate within 5 working days after the assessment. Reassessment procedures. After the assessment, and if you are not found to be competent, don't worry about it because you can reassess anytime at own convenience. In case there is reassessment for clarification, you have under the whole assessment process of you're found competent in some unit of competencies. There are reassessment focused in the unit competencies of your if you're found not yet competent. If you fail 2 consecutive assessment, you will be advised to undergo 2 refreshers course before apply reassessment. Occupational safety and health requirements. During the actual assessment, please observe the safety as you perform different tasks. Make sure check technical equipment before plugging it. Avoid pulling the cords as you unplug the equipment. Observe proper mechanics or ergonomics. In case of accident, please call immediately so that you can provide first aid and should need the first kit or box near in the room corner. Confidentiality of assessment outcomes. With regards to the result of the assessment, observe strict confidentiality. This ensures your integrity. The result may be available to the authorized personnel and to the institution you had actual training in relation to this, the assessment packages. Keep it in a secured place to guarantee the integrity of the assessment package. And all candidates refrain from giving away any form of information during the assessment process. If there's no any question and clarification, I will distribute the specific instructions and do not hesitate to ask the question right now. Maybe I translate to your own dialect and I'm willing to guide and assess you. Everybody is ready? So I will give you your assigned number. Please, candidate number 1, please proceed to the assessment area. And for the rest of the candidates, please remain while I call your number. Candidate number 1, this is our assessment area. We are going to perform semantic diagram. Please read the instructions. If there is no any question, you can perform now, or assessment may begin.
Conduct assessment in accordance with the methodology specified in the evidence plan and specific instruction for the competency assessor. Implement the evidence gathering process and ensure the availability, reliability, and flexibility. Observe the candidate and keep notes of the candidate's performance in the entire conduct of assessment. This note will be the basis of giving feedback to the candidate's performance. Collect appropriate evidences and match compatibility to the element's performance criteria range of the variables and evidence gathered in relevant units of the competency.
How do you feel about your assessment? My observation about your opinion is you are competent and in performing electrical in situ. However, you have some difficulties in some assessment Nevertheless, you are able to answer correctly the questions correctly, and the results of the written test shown you passed the assessment. In this moment, I would like to congratulate you. You in a job well done. Please sign here to the assessment competency result. Thank you.
The assessor shall record the assessment outcomes, ensuring these sheets are signed by the candidates after giving feedback and accomplish the competency assessment result summary. About the assessment center manager, the assessment report. The assessor center manager will give documents to the processing officer to accomplish the registry of workers assessed and certified signed registry of worker assessed and certified. The processing officer will ask the assessment manager to pass the documents to the test the representative.
Thank you. And that is the process of conducting of competency assessment. Thank you.